Okay, so we just got our truck painted, got all that filmed, ready to go. So the paint job turned out okay. I have a lot of respect for those who do body work and paint because it is a lot harder than I was expecting. But I think I'm satisfied with what I've got so far. You've seen that I painted the wheels, got all that ready to go. So today, it's an exciting day. We are gonna work on prepping the rest of the truck here to be able to put the cab back on the chassis. So Courtney is going to a store a little bit further up north. She's going to get tires put on the rims for me. So we'll be able to get our wheels and tires mounted today. And we're going to hopefully set the cab today. One of the things I got to do to prep for the cab being put on here is small things like basically this vent tube coming out of the transmission. This is obviously moved back further than the last transmission was. So I have to make marks in the cab to be able to cut that hole out. And, I basically took measurements from where the motor mounts were back and squared off to the stick there. And I did the same on the NV4500. And it looks like I needed to move it back about 7.5 inches. So I'm going to turn around here and show you what I got inside the cab to mark out that hole. One thing I'm going to do today too is actually clean out the inside of this truck before it goes on to the chassis, because this is still super dusty and nasty. But anyways, this is the hole that I have. That's the original hole where the stick came up through for the transmission, and now that's going to be the new hole. And I've got it rounded out almost at a perfect size to be able to weld back in place in that hole. So that's by design, just so I didn't have to cut any more sheet metal. And there's almost like a recessed lip in here too. I don't know if you can tell. And it should sit right in there. Should be real easy to weld, and all that's going to be covered with vinyl, so I don't really have to worry about making it look super nice or anything. But that's the plan. So I'm going to get this cut out, get that vent tube put on that, and kind of go through and look at anything else that I might need to prep before putting the cab in place. And I am going to take the hood off before we move it. It kind of makes this super unbalanced when I'm picking it up with the tractor. So Courtney's going to come over here in a little bit and help me with that. So stay tuned. It's going to be a fun video. Okay, there's the hole cut out. That looks pretty good. So hopefully I measured that right. I did measure twice and cut once. So we'll see. I think we'll be okay, but we'll find out when we go put the cab back in place. That would have been a lot easier with 3 people, but with just me and her, so we just used the tractor.
Chickens.
And, so that worked out. Good deal. So that'll lay there till we get this on the truck, and yeah, hopefully it goes well.
Went surprisingly well. Now James, of course, is underneath there. He's just working on getting it fastened. You can see what we have here.
Okay, so everything is fit so far. Now we're going to put the hood on here to make sure that it actually clears all of this stuff right here. So come on over here. We cut our hole for the stick shift in here, and fortunately we measured correctly.
And by we, he means him, because I did not help with this. That looks great. So you cut that before we put the cab on?
Yeah, I went ahead and cut it before we put the cab on. And if you're interested in the measurement from center to center, it was about 7 1/4 inches.
Okay, perfect.
So, but yep, that'll be nice. You could even go 7. I mean, it looks like I might be close to one side or the other, but that's pretty good. Cab's on. I raised the whole entire cab 1 inch, basically a body lift. And you can see here, these 1 inch pucks that I got. We had to extend our bolts. I'm glad I did. See how close this is right here. So, I mean, losing an inch there might have hurt me there. But let's check to see if this hood fits.
Okay, let's put it on.
Yep.
And the hood is on. It looks so good. Babe, show them where it barely made clearance underneath.
Okay. Yeah, so we got about a 1 inch clearance right here. I mean, it worked out pretty perfectly. And that's just the old dipstick. I mean, it can be rerouted, but I'm gonna leave it there because I like it there.
Yeah, but if you wouldn't have lifted this up an inch, that would not have fit on there. Anyway, love it. It's starting to look more and more like a truck.
All right, we're putting together our mirrors here. I bought these white mirrors. I went ahead and repainted the brackets and everything that we had on the truck. We chose white, well, because that was the original color. So fortunately, this white is so close to what I've painted here that I don't need to repaint this. But I thought about scuffing this up and repainting it if it didn't get real close to matching. But I'm good with it, so that's what I'm gonna go with. And also that white matches the wheels, so I think it'll look pretty nice. Courtney's bringing home the wheels right now, and we're gonna set the cab on the truck here momentarily. But meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and put this one together while I'm waiting on her. We're gonna get ready to put our wheels on here. And these are gonna be the insides of my dualies. So I bought these little extenders on Amazon, along with these valve stems. So they just screw right in here, real easy. And then that way, on the inside tire, you can access the valve stem from the outside, which is nice. And they make valve stems that are already long, but these extenders are kind of nice. So I'm just gonna tighten them in place here. Put our cap back on. Now I'm waiting for a few pieces to dry for the tires, and we'll go ahead and mount at least the rear tires today. Okay, so we're gonna work on mounting the intercooler today. And I believe so far what my plans are, I went ahead and put this in here so I knew exactly where it was gonna sit. I believe what I'm gonna do is take out these supports here. Once I take those supports out, I'll fit it, see if it'll work, but then I wanna put a piece of angle across the top to provide a little more support. And we'll see what happens. I don't have my other radiator in just yet. It's a aluminum radiator with some 16-inch electric fans. So I can tell already everything is going to be tight. I don't think there's going to be a way for me to use a mechanical. So I'm going to start cutting, and hopefully I don't destroy everything, but we'll start cutting and see what we can do with it. Okay, last update before I end the night. I was about ready to go ahead and mount the intercooler, get everything fabbed up for that. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to clean this intercooler one more time because of how nasty it was. And there it sits. And unfortunately, I found some holes in it. And I don't know how I missed that the first time I went through and tried to clean it. But they're little tiny holes. I don't know. I'm sure it can be repaired. Basically, here, and here, all that's leaking right here. And if you turn it upside down, it actually, one of these, the pinholes is pretty big because it shoots water out there like a stream. So I'm gonna look at ordering another one or getting this one repaired. So that's gonna stop me for a little bit on messing with this. But we got a lot we can still do. I just wanted to get that out of my hair, but oh well. Thanks for watching this video. The next video, we're going to be doing some wiring, working on the gauge cluster. We're going to work on getting the Dodge RPM sensor to work with the GM tachometer, and probably do some milling on the harmonic balancer. So stay tuned if you want to see all that. That'll be the next video. Thank you very much.